Hey everyone, welcome back or welcome to my channel if this is your first time. Recently I've been trying to ride in really bad weather in preparation for a long trip that I want to do next year. And in doing so, I've discovered a few problems with my gear, and one of those things was riding in the rain. I discovered the water on the face shield of the helmet and the windshield can make things really difficult to see. My summer gloves have a finger wipe on them, and that doesn't seem to work. And my winter gloves that I've been wearing recently don't have that wipe anyway. And I was trying to figure out a good solution, whether that be some sort of spray or other advice. Looking online and looking at some videos, I did see that someone said to just ride faster and turn your head from side to side and the water will wash right off. The problem is with my windscreen is I don't get that full blow of air on the helmet to be able to do that, to blow it clean. Plus, riding faster in rainy conditions isn't really what I want to do. I just want to ride a little bit slower for the conditions. So in doing some research, the first thing I found was this BikerGuard helmet visor wiper. And I watched a couple videos on that and I was curious. And that led me down the rabbit hole to Amazon and the kind of wipers that they had on there. And, you know, it's mixed feelings about this. Most people think this is a gimmick. But I was really curious. So I reached out to BikerGuard, and they graciously provided me a free unit to test. And they also provided me a second unit to give away in this video. So I thought that was pretty cool. And I think it's really neat when a company will stand behind their product so much that they'll actually give a unit for testing, much less giving a free unit to give to one of my viewers. So that's pretty cool. Now, going down this rabbit hole, I was curious. These are very expensive. And if you've been on my channel before, you know that I'm very frugal. I don't like to spend a lot of money. But having said that, I find that if I don't spend a lot of money first, I end up spending more money later on because I'm buying something else. So in this case, since I got this free BikerGuard, I decided to spend my own money and buy one from Amazon because I was curious about the differences. So in doing so and starting this video, why don't we start and unbox this, and then I will tell you a little bit later on how to win this free BikerGuard unit. So let's put this aside. So the first thing I noticed compared to the Amazon unit is it comes in quite a robust box with really good advertising. On the back it says it's got a carbon fiber design. It doesn't say it's carbon fiber, but it's got a carbon fiber design. Wireless controller, that's what I really like. The one thing I noticed on some units is you have to press a button while it's on your helmet. And this one actually has a wireless control that sits on your handlebars so you can press without removing your hands. And I thought that was pretty cool. Comes with an extra blade, magnetic charging cable, which is similar to like an Apple Macintosh, say, laptop. And everything you need here to install this on your helmet. So let's just open this up and see what we have inside the box to show you. Now right away, notice it comes with a case and it also comes with a pin lock type visor. This is not pin lock, but I thought that's pretty cool. That's an extra that they include to help provide some protection from the elements in regards to the fogging of your motorcycle visor. Now, I'm not going to have to install this because my helmets I already have pin lock installed, but that's pretty cool that that's sent for free. Comes with a little warranty card. Let's put this to the side. And then we have our little kit here with a little zippered case. Now, let's take a look here. So immediately, I noticed the weight of this. And if you've seen my videos before, I talk about the weight of electronics and how they seem to be more robust if they're heavier. And I know that's not always the case, but that's a personal feeling that I have. But I can see here that if I pull this out, well, it's a little bit of a heavy unit. I don't know what the weight is on this. I will post it on the screen if I find out, or if I can get a scale or something. But it's, I mean, it's not super heavy, but for its size, it seems a little bit heavy. It has a single button on the front and the wiper blade. And this, I was going to say must be control, but here is a spare wiper. That's pretty cool. It has its charging cable, so it is USB charging cable with a magnetic plug on it. Let's just pull this out here. See, this is the part, the remote control that goes around the motorcycle handlebar. And it's just Velcro to go around, so you don't have to take your hands off the handlebar. You can use the functions here. So I think that's pretty cool. If this unit actually works and is not just a gimmick, that's kind of a big step in safety, and I like safe things. Let's see, what else do we have here? There seems to be nothing else on that side. It has, oh, see, this is really cool. This is what I found out about the BikerGuard helmet mount, is it doesn't even mount to your helmet. It actually mounts to your visor. But when you don't need this to ride in the rain, you don't have to wear it on your helmet, because a lot of people say, well, they're going to look like a bit of an idiot or a dork wearing this on your helmet. And time will tell. I'll put this on and we'll see. But you don't have to have it all the time. You just have to have it in the rain. And for the rest of the time, you can actually put a GoPro on your helmet. They have a switch out mount. Put a camera. When I say GoPro, I mean general action cameras, because I mean, I have got, you know, 2 different types of cameras myself. And it comes with tools and hardware for doing the installation on the helmet. Has a warranty. Oh, the warranty card is here. That must have been just some advertising. And we have our instructions and some sort of template. I think this is for mounting this onto the helmet. Oh yeah, some sort of template for where the unit actually mounts. So we're going to save that. So before I get into installation, let's just put this stuff aside and let's open up the Amazon one, because I am curious about this. So this Amazon one comes in this box here with instructions in, I'm going to guess it's Chinese. Sorry, it's not Chinese. It may be Mandarin or Cantonese. I don't know. And pretty basic unit. There's no remote control with that. It looks like it also comes with some mounting hardware for the unit. It comes with a USB micro charger, a spray bottle. Maybe that's for testing. Maybe you fill it with water. We'll have to read the instructions. And the unit. So just already look at the unit compared to the BikerGuard. The size difference. They're about the same weight, I would say. Yeah, I just, in my hands, I can't tell a difference between the weight. But I can see that this one, of course, doesn't look like very good quality. It's got, it looks like some of their, is that falling off? It looks like some of their waterproofing is falling off. I don't know how good that is. That looks like it's a light, and I don't know what that is in there. And their charging port has got some cheap, flimsy, well, that's supposed to be a waterproof charging port. And I'm not sure how long that will last. I don't know if I'll be testing this one anyway on my helmet, but we'll see. That doesn't even go on that well. So look how much more compact this one is. The wiper blades are actually about the same size, but the unit itself and the mechanism on the WiperGuard is quite a bit smaller. So I'm just going to get these charged up and then we will move on. So it's a new day because I was having problems with the charging, not with the BikerGuard unit. The BikerGuard unit actually charged fine. It actually had power to begin with before I even charged it. But because I was comparing it to the Amazon one, I plugged the Amazon one in. It had no power. The buttons nothing worked. And when I plugged it in, no lights came on for about a half an hour before it started charging. I actually thought it was faulty. The Amazon one, it took about 4 or 5 hours before it was finally fully charged. And this one was done in about 20 minutes because it was already charged. As far as I know, this one only has about 4 hours of, I bet you if we're lucky, a wiper life. And this BikerGuard apparently has 15 hours, so not sure. I spared, during that time, of course it's the next day, but during that time I spared you the grief of me taking the face shield off my helmet because I had to unscrew it. My other LS2 helmet has actually got a quick release, which is really nice. So I've taken this off now, and I've put on this template with some tape with the idea that I am supposed to drill a couple holes here. So I'm going to be doing this, so maybe you don't have to if you don't want to drill holes in your face shield. You're learning from me. My face shield has a bit of a lip, and I'm trying to make sure that the holes are actually, if possible, they are above my pin lock, because I don't want to get that damaged either. So I'm going to reach for my handy dandy tools that came with the kit here. And the instructions are actually nice and clear, and they're in English, which is great. So basically it says to position this while it's on the helmet so you can center it properly, and then tape it on there, and then you drill 2 holes with the included drill to the 2 points on the helmet. So I've got to drill the 2 holes that are marked. So I guess I'm just doing this by hand. I usually like doing everything with a drill, but in this case, I don't want to crack anything. I don't want to damage this. At least it's wintertime and I've got a second helmet, so if I damage this, I still can ride until I get a new face shield. So let's just see here if I can do this. I wonder how much pressure I'm going to have to give here. So I'm going on the marked circles. I'm giving a fair bit of pressure. It is starting to bite. And like I said, if this is something you don't want to do, better to learn now than before you order something like this. And while I'm doing this, let me just tell you about the charging woes I had actually with the BikerGuard. Now, the BikerGuard charged just fine. However, because it has this fancy magnetic charging unit that just clips right on top of the unit here, let me put this down. It just clips in right here. Oh, maybe it goes the other way. There we go. Right on top. I actually misplaced this before I went to charge it, and there's no other way to charge this. I mean, I could have, I don't want to open this up, but I could have opened that up to take the charging unit out. But if you lose this, I don't know if there's another way to charge it without ordering a new unit. So that's a bit of a concern. However, the reason that I think is this keeps it waterproof, because there's nothing to remove to plug in any USB cable. So it's kind of a give and take type situation here. Let's go back to drilling. Okay, so that's not super difficult. That took a couple minutes. I think if I was to do it, I would probably just use a drill. It'd be a lot faster. But of course, and then I would probably put tape on both sides before I did it. So now I've got the holes there. And the instructions do say you've got these plastic clips, and they come with actually 2 mounts. Now, the quality of these I'm not too sure about. I like that they're clear because they kind of blend in with your visor, and instead of having some chunky black GoPro type piece on there, but they don't feel as solid as maybe something that you'd use for a GoPro mount or something like that. So now let's just move on. So the instructions say to insert the screws from the back of the visor. So I believe I can pull this off now. These screws, it takes the special Torx 7 screwdriver, and it says for this to come in, and they provide enough screws here so that way I suppose if I was to lose one, it wouldn't be a big deal, which is nice. But it also has enough for 2 helmets. So our idea is we're going to put that screw through like so. And I'll just start with one for now. Oh, and I actually like, this makes it actually quite a bit easier because you don't have to grab on anything for the nuts. It has a recessed spot for the nut there. So let's just start. I'll put one of the nuts, if I can grab it there really small. I'm going to put it there. I'm just going to hold that with my finger and get this Torx screw set. There we go, and it's starting to grab. So now I have that one on. Let's see if we can put a second one in. Okay, so at this point now, I can put the visor back on the helmet before mounting the unit to this. Okay, so I put the face shield back on the helmet and I'm ready to mount this. So on the back here, it's actually spring activated to fit in this groove here. So all I have to do is slide this slot, or slide this portion into the slot on the face shield while pressing this in, and that's how it locks into place. So let's just see if we can do this. It's a little bit tight, but yeah, it goes in and locks into place, and there it is. The windshield wiper is on, and I imagine it probably sits up like that. So, you know, looking at it straight on, it doesn't look that bad. When you look at it from the side, it does look a bit goofy, but does it really look more goofy than me carrying a camera on my chin or even having other things on my helmet? I know people say don't put things in your helmet because it can create impact zones, and that might be right, but people put cameras on and communication systems on all the time. So, and then this operation works fine, and that's why it's on the visor, not on the helmet itself, because otherwise you wouldn't be able to open the visor. So that's pretty cool. Before we test this, let's just see how hard it is to get it off, and it just pops right off. And then if I wanted to, I could put a camera on the top of my helmet, which I actually might do, because if you look at any of my previous videos, a lot of the times my chin camera is actually looking through the windshield. My eyes are looking over top. And I think if I had a camera on the top of the helmet, that might make things a little bit better for the viewer to be looking over. So let's just see here. I think it goes this way. Same thing, I press that pin into place. And there it is. So let's just put this back on here for a second before we do anything. Before we take it outside, slide this back into place. It's locked in. Put the windshield wiper on. And I actually filled the little bottle that came with the Amazon kit with water, just so we could test it in here before we went outside. So let me turn this towards the camera here. And I have my remote control, so I'm just going to press this button here on the front. I'm going to hold it for 3 seconds, and it's going to light up. It resets itself. And I know already that if I press this button once, let's put some water on the screen here. I hope this works. I don't have to worry about getting that wet. And then I just press this button once, and it wipes it once. So it leaves a bit of a streak, but let's see. I wonder if it's going to go again, or if I have to press it again. Oh, there we go. Right now it's in manual mode, so every time I press the remote control button, it goes once. So that was one press, I give it another press, and it goes back. Now, press it twice quickly. There, now it's in automatic mode. I'm now pressing the button on the remote control. And I think we can pick up the speed a bit. Yeah, there we go. That was just one press, picked up the speed. It seems to be doing its job. And I press it one more time. See what happens here. I think it's got a bit of a delay. There we go. I think that's a 9-second delay. So looking at it from my side here as I look on, I don't know how good of a job it's doing with the wiper because I see some streaks, but I don't know what it's going to be like on the inside. So, it's going to actually really be the judge. I'm going to be the judge when I'm outside riding in the rain. So why don't we do that? Why don't we put all this stuff away for now, get the bike ready, and we'll head out in the rain and see how this works.
So this is now a few days later. I have been chasing the rain for when I'm not working. It has been an absolute downpour here the last couple days, but unfortunately I was working, so I wasn't able to get out on the bike. And now I am riding. It's not a downpour, but it's misting. And just to give you an example, I don't know if you can see it on my face shield or not, but because it's misting, my face shield is completely covered in water and my windscreen is completely covered in water. And I think where this wiper, I haven't tried it yet, but where this wiper might really shine is for commuters who ride their motorcycle all year long in kind of climates like where I am, and they're not going very fast, where this saying about ride faster and turn your head side to side is going to keep the water off. Well, that's not the case. So I'm actually going to, I put the remote control right around my grip, so I don't even actually notice it there when I'm riding, but it's close enough for my thumb. So one thing I am noticing is I am noticing the extra weight pulling my helmet down. And that's probably partially because I already have a camera on the chin, and then adding whatever it was, the 80 grams on the top of my face shield is kind of maybe a little bit much. And if I open my face shield, my face shield stays open pretty good. It's not pulling down. But I think if I were to pull it down like this, yeah, it drops into place. So it actually moves. You can feel the weight. Okay, so yeah, my face shield now is starting to get a bit difficult to see out of with the mist on there. So I'm just going to hit that button. Oh, that actually works pretty good. So if it's leaving any streaks, I'm not really noticing them from looking this close to my face shield. It wasn't like when I was testing it inside with the spray bottle. I was seeing some streaks, so this seems pretty good. All right, so let's just press this button a couple times and see what it does. I've hit it twice. Let's see if it goes by itself without pressing the button again. Oh, there we go. So it has a bit of a delay. And let's see if I can press it on and see what it does when I press the button again. There we go. So it does 2 wipes. Oh, maybe not. It's a little faster. Yeah, so I've got a lot of water droplets on my face shield. Some pretty thick ones happening as well. And at the moment, it's not really an issue to see. But if I turn my head, it doesn't do anything to wipe those droplets off. Nighttime, I think that would be terrible, like really terrible, having those droplets on there, reflections of the headlights coming. See, I don't even have to look down, and I can just press the button. It's at my fingertips. I really like that. And it cleans the face shield right off. Like, it just... I actually really like it. I'm under no obligation to say anything good about this. They're not paying me. They did give me this unit for free, but this is my own opinion. And I'm telling you the pros and cons, but I kind of like it. Now, maybe that Amazon one might work just as well, except it doesn't have the remote control. I don't have to take my eyes off the road, and I can just press the button, and it goes. I think that is the biggest selling point to that right now. Would I buy this product? That's hard to say, but I'm very frugal, and in Canadian dollars, it's quite expensive. It's over $500 for the rain shield. I think if I commuted every day, even in the summertime, yes, I would probably buy this after trying it. You know, prices of things come down over time. I think if more people were to, you know, buy these or find them useful, then, you know, the price would come down, like any sort of electronics, you know, like anything that comes out for the very first time. Is it a gimmick? No, I don't think it's a gimmick. I think a gimmick is something you put on just to be like, hey, look what I have. This actually has some purpose, and I'm finding it useful right now. Okay, so pros and cons of this unit. Let's go with the cons first. The weight. It is a bit heavy on the face shield. I've hit a few bumps now, and it's locked my face shield down when I want some airflow going in. Also the weight with me having a camera on the front of my helmet, and you know, if you don't have a camera in the front of your helmet, that probably won't be a problem, but I noticed that right away, so the double weight. I would say those, oh, and the cons, the price. It's pretty expensive. The pros of this, yeah, it's a wiper. You have a wiper shield on your face shield, a wiper on your face shield. I think that's great. The other pro is its remote control. You don't have to reach up and press the buttons on it. You could just press the button on your handlebar. In this case, I've got it on my grip. And the pro that it comes off, so you don't have to wear it all the time. You can just store it in your bag if you're going on a trip or if you're commuting, and you just always have it with you. So if the rain kind of pops up before you're headed home, you can throw on this windshield wiper. Thanks for watching. Take care and ride safe.